Hello, and welcome to another edition of Weekly News. I'm your host, Courtney Clemens, and somehow I managed to pull off another edition. So let's get right into it. Tom Brady came out victorious in this past weekend's Super Bowl, becoming the first quarterback to ever get 7 rings, solidifying his stature as the GOAT. Regardless of whether you love or hate Tom, guess what? He has 7, has been to 10, and is the first quarterback to lead his team to the only home playoff Super Bowl. Congrats, Tom. And though I feel bad for Patrick Mahomes because I really like the kid, think he's a great up and comer. On the phone, we bring you Kansas City quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Hey Patrick, thank you for joining us today. And I'd just like to know, you played a great game, and I know you guys left it all out there on the field, and you spectacularly threw one of the most amazing passes that I've ever seen, laying flat out and hitting your receiver in the face, which, by the way, I think he should have caught. Just tell us a little bit about what happened.
Yeah, I did. Obviously, I didn't play the way I wanted to play. But what else can you say? All you can do is leave everything you have on the field, and I feel like the guys did that. They were the better team today. They beat us pretty good. The worst I think I've been beaten in a long time.
I know you guys had a lot of issues with that offensive line, and that's no excuse. I know you're not going to let it be, but how do you feel about your offensive line not holding up against Tampa Bay's pressure?
Yeah, I just think we weren't on the same page as an offense in general. We weren't. I wasn't getting the ball out on time. And the offensive line, they did good. They were good at sometimes, and sometimes they let guys through. And when you're playing a good defense like that, you got to be on the same page as the offense, and we weren't today. And that's why we played so bad.
We've seen you guys do spectacular comebacks. At what point did you realize, hey, this one might be out of reach this time, and that you weren't going to win the Super Bowl this year?
Not really any. They had a good game plan. They kind of took away our deep stuff. They took away the sidelines, and they did a good job of rallying to the football and making tackles. Probably when I threw the interception at the very end of the game. You knew it was pretty much over then because we had no timeouts. But we battled.
Well, Pat, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out with us. But I got one more question. It's about the turf toe. Are you planning on having surgery with that turf toe yet? And did it affect you during the game?
Yeah, I can't say the toe was a problem when I played last week or 2 weeks ago, and I played well on it. It's something you battle through. You're playing football. You have to battle through injuries. And so we'll look at it tomorrow, and we'll make a final decision on if we're going to have surgery on it or not.
Well, thanks so much, Patrick Mahomes. We appreciate you, and I guarantee you we'll most likely see you in the Super Bowl again next year. Keep up the spirits, big guy. You are one of the great quarterbacks up and coming. We believe in you, Pat. And now, on the phone, we have our Super Bowl champ and MVP, Tom Terrific Brady. Hey, Tom, how's it going?
I think through the last, really all year we believed in ourselves. Our coaches believed in us. We believed in ourselves. And again, we were going up against a great team tonight, and just happy we got the job done.
Can you tell us all, at the age of 43, playing in your record 10th Super Bowl, winning your record 7th Super Bowl, even toppling franchises, and playing in the first ever home game of a Super Bowl, is this Super Bowl more special than any others?
Well, I think they're all special, and they're all. It's been an amazing year. Amazing year. We got off to a good start, 7-2, and then had a little rough stretch where we kind of found our identity and played a lot better football down last December, January, and.
Hey Tom, can you tell us a little bit about bringing Gronk and AB over to Tampa Bay and how that affected your chances at winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's just great to see them. Big time players making big time plays. So just love what they did, what they added to the team. Gronk's an unbelievable player, teammate, talent, work ethic, commitment. And AB is just, since he got here, he's just done everything the right way. So impressed by him, proud of him. takes a lot of people for us to get to this point. And, we all have great support systems in place. And I think everyone should be celebrating them tonight.
And I know you're busy partying and celebrating, so I'm going to let you go. But I just want to know, because I know you watched this faithfully since it came out only 3 weeks ago. But how do I look?
You're looking good over there, big boy.
Hey, thank you very much, Tom. You enjoy your Super Bowl spoils. For all those Bucs fans who are ready to celebrate, please hold that cannon fire. A Michigan man was recently killed by cannon fire at a baby reveal party. They wanted to make a spectacular gender reveal for their upcoming baby. Please tone down these baby reveals. Whatever happened to just looking at a woman's stomach and saying, hey, you're sitting low, it's gonna be a boy. Or, your belly's sitting high, it's gonna be a girl. Or even just looking at the ultrasound and saying, there's a PP or there's not a PP. Easy. With all these spectacular events causing damage, life loss, and everything. Remember the California fires a year ago from a baby reveal party? There's been several others. So I have to say, people, please be safe. Get a balloon. Put some confetti in it. Pop the balloon. Hey, it sprinkles down a color. Great. It doesn't have to be this giant event. Because no matter what they're having now, they are having a fatherless child. In more news, there were 10 pounds of C4 explosives that came up missing in 29 Palms, California this week during a Marine exercise. With over 3,700 Marines and sailors there, it's been very difficult to figure out exactly where these explosives went. The Naval Criminal Investigation Services is leading the charge in hunting down the missing C4. These are very dangerous explosives. Until they're found, I'm just going to stay home. Don't have to know what's coming to see what's coming, right? Please stay away from large gatherings, big events in the upcoming future until this C4 is found. I'm not saying that they're going to be used in an attack, but in American history, anything that comes up missing like this is generally used in an attack on Americans. So, Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, I'm on you this time. In more government news, Trump begins his second impeachment trial. I'm not sure how this one is going to go, because Republicans are saying that this trial is unconstitutional, while some leading Dems are actually saying this trial is illegal. I don't know who's right, but what it does look like is they're handing Trump's lawyers a silver platter on how to get him out of this. No matter what happens, he's going to either be acquitted or have the right to appeal based on even the Dems saying that this trial is illegal. So, we'll just see what happens. In other news, after weeks of complaining about conditions and treatments in a St. Louis jail by inmates took over the jail for 6 hours, injuring one officer. The issue started when an inmate and an officer began having a physical confrontation. It's not clear who started this confrontation, but apparently other inmates jumped in to help the inmate that was being allegedly assaulted by the officer. The inmates then took over the 4th floor of the building, setting small fires, breaking out windows. The inmates only held control for 6 hours before tear gas was deployed by the sheriffs and order was restored. But this bodes a bigger question. What would make these inmates really go that wild? As everyone tries to figure out what the complaints are really about. Like, hey, you get 3 meals, a place to sleep, and free cable. Not sure what's there to complain about. Oh, maybe it's the sodomy. Sad for the officer who was injured in this melee. He's recovering well at the hospital, and all reports state that he should be okay. There are no reported injuries on the inmates, but hey, who's doing the reporting? We hope everyone can find a peace and balance there, and that the sheriffs can take time out to listen to the inmates' complaints and they can come to some type of resolve. Even though people become incarcerated, they're still human beings and deserve basic human rights and necessities. Now it's time for this week's COVID update. Take it away. vaccine has been placed on pause this week as it's been said to be ineffective against the virus. The testing on Africans showed that it was... Wait. I thought you weren't supposed to test on Africans. You sneaky devils over there in England. Anyway, the vaccine has been proven to be ineffective. Some of the other vaccines have known to have side effects. There's only been a few deaths, a few strokes, some mild numbness, tingling, feeling, fever, rash. Our COVID numbers have seemingly stabled off. Most medical professionals warn that we are in the eye of the storm. And with restaurants opening and schools reopening and students being filtered back in, we're sure to see another rise soon. In more COVID news, COVID is seemingly bringing people together, as an Iranian cleric and a Jewish rabbi both agree, for once, that the COVID vaccine is turning people gay. I'm not sure if they're correct with that one, but hey, it brought these groups together, and that's all we need. A little bit of love and togetherness, but not too much, because then they'll say that's turning people gay. This has been our week's COVID update. In more news, 2 transgender sprinters came in first and second in a girls' indoor track championship. Although, in creating an environment of inclusion and equality, we've seemed to create an inequality for regular people. The Glastonbury, Connecticut teen, who came in 8th, has decided to file a complaint with the Board of Education and a lawsuit to prevent the transgender teens from competing in the Boston National Championship event. It's not about your ability or your right to choose your gender assignment, your pronoun, your adjective, your adverb. Yes, you should have the right, just like the rest of us, to feel safe as you walk around. You should have the right to be able to be whatever you want. Hey, Dr. Dre's been calling himself a doctor for years, but he doesn't have a PhD. No one complains. You can call yourself a spider monkey. You could be a dinosaur for all I care. Hey, if it works for you, it works for me. This debate comes in where I say, would we allow a 5'6" woman to compete in the NFL with 400-pound men crashing into her? No. We say create your own league. For basketball, do we allow the women into the NBA? They said no, it's an unfair advantage. So they created the WNBA, which is actually pretty cool. I like it. You guys should watch, really. They're spectacular. But an athlete is an athlete. And the reason why, even in boxing, you have weight classes. In every event, you have a separation. Females should not be subjugated to run against males, no matter what their identification is. It creates an unlevel playing field. And for this young girl who just wanted to go compete in front of college recruiters to hopefully get a scholarship, has had her dreams doused. Well, we'll see what the complaints hold. We'll see what the courts rule. But this is up for another big debate. At a certain point, the chase for equality cannot create an inequality. The balance must be held. Just like always, I like to end this on a good note. Promoting my friends' businesses. If you are my friend, are watching, just have a business, a startup, anything, a book, artwork, whatever you like to do. Hey, if you're creating paper mache bracelets and you want to get them out there, let me know. This isn't a paid sponsorship. This isn't advertisement. This is just me sharing great things from friends and family alike. Once again, my buddy Joe Bellino has a smeared beginning. You can pick it up on Amazon.com. Also, for everyone in the Metro Detroit area, Color Corridors. Fix up that office. You know what? Redesign that kid's room. Give them something else to look at. Be able to enjoy the walls in your own home. Color Corridors can help you out. And also, MyMentalities.com. Mentalities, a powerful tea with purpose. That brings us to the end of another edition of Weekly News. Everyone, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time.